2016, the state of California implemented a new statewide mandatory commercial organics recycling law, also known as mandatory composting, to accompany the already in place law to recycle. This law is called Assembly Bill 1826 and requires most businesses, institutions, and multifamily properties to have recycling and compost collection service and to sort materials properly. Recycling and composting is important to not only comply with the state law, but also because most materials could be made into new products, like rich compost to feed our soil rather than sitting in a landfill. Many City of Napa businesses already do a great job recycling and composting, and more are getting on board every day. So join them. Watch along to learn how to sort materials properly. It's easy once you get the hang of it. Let's start with recycling. Businesses must recycle rigid plastics, metals, cartons, clean paper, glass, and cardboard. You may have been recycling for years, but let's review the rules. Recyclable paper includes cardboard, paperboard, newspaper, and mixed recyclable paper such as paper envelopes, magazines, and packaging paper. Glass containers include beer, wine, and other beverage bottles, as well as jars from condiments and other foods. Metal containers include aluminum and steel beverage and food cans, aluminum foil, and trays. Metal spray cans, like cooking oil sprays, are recyclable but must be empty. Rigid plastic containers such as drinking bottles, milk jugs, cottage cheese or other similar containers, shampoo bottles, dried paint buckets, empty oil jugs, and more. Broken drinking glasses and ceramic plates are not accepted in the recycling. You may be wondering, how clean do my recyclable containers need to be? Tap containers to empty leftover food into the organic bins or wipe out sticky food residue with a paper towel or give it a quick rinse. Place the dirty paper towel into your compost bin and the container into the recycling. Let's move on to the materials that must go into your compost bin for composting. After collection, organics head to our large-scale commercial composting facility where they become a rich soil amendment, compost. This compost helps grow our food and grapes, so it's important to sort properly and keep plastic, glass, and metal out. In the City of Napa, discarded food, compostable paper, and yard trimmings like leaves, grass clippings, weeds, and flowers must be collected for composting. Food scraps such as trimmings and waste from food prep, uneaten food from plates, and any food that has gone bad must be composted. And since these organics are going to a large composting facility, even things like raw and cooked meat, bones, fish, and poultry go into the bin too. Tea bags, wooden stir sticks, and coffee grounds with the paper filter can all go into the compost bin. In fact, all food soil paper goes in. Paper and cardboard that has touched food, including pizza boxes, paper plates, cups and takeout containers, parchment paper, egg cartons, napkins, and paper towels. Even if paper towels and napkins haven't been contaminated with food, they still cannot be recycled into new paper. This is because they're made from a lower quality paper, but they can be composted. Waxed cardboard goes into the compost bin and cannot be recycled. Remove food items from plastic packaging before placing them into the green compost bin. It really helps to have green compost bins right where food scraps and food soil paper are typically tossed, for example, at dishwashing stations and food prep areas. Now that we've sorted out everything that can be recycled or composted, there should be very few items that need to go into the landfill container. Here's what should. Soft and flimsy plastic like food wrappers, strappings, loose plastic bags, and plastic food wrap. Besides being virtually impossible to market, soft and stretchy plastics get tangled in sorting equipment and become a maintenance nightmare in a mixed recycling facility, so please help us out by placing them in the landfill stream and not in your recycling bins. Other non-recyclable plastics include plastic utensils, straws, lids, sauce packets, rubber and plastic gloves, hairnets, and any items that are made from multiple materials that can't be separated into a single material. It feels good to recycle, and it's so easy. Not just bottles and paper, but also food waste and compostable paper. And yes, it is the law. But when most of what you throw away is now recycled or composted, you won't have much to landfill. This website link has all the information you need, including free resources and more details about the City of Napa's composting and recycling rules.